is Derek FDB, horror movies that actually scared me too. You know what I'm saying? We about to get into some real deal spooky stuff. Look at it.
You know, I think we can all agree. A lot of horror movies just aren't that scary.
True.
But lying beneath all this mediocre, not scary stuff are gems. Horror movies that are so good, so captivating, so scary that you might just start pissing your pants. So that's what we'll be doing today. It's been about 42 years since I did the last one, but today I'll be going over some more horror movies that I actually find scary. Yes, Derek, horror movies that I find scary. I had to make that clear. And in the end, I'll go over one of the scariest movies I've ever seen.
This one was scary? The Black Phone. Peak horror movie. And I don't even like horror movies, chat, but this was a peak horror movie, no cap. I've never seen it. You have to see it.
First time I heard about this movie, one of my friends suggested we go watch it one night for fun. You know, spur of the moment type of thing. Watch it in theaters for that real scary experience. He ended up ditching me and go with a girl instead, so I watched it on streaming. But it was still pretty scary. I'ma just assume you ain't never seen it, so if you ain't know, in The Black Phone, we follow this kid named Finney Blake, American kid from the suburbs in 1978. And while he may live in the suburbs and look like the average American around this time, let me tell you, this kid Finney, this kid is not living the American dream. First off, he gets bullied at school, which, you know, already sucks. Getting bullied, that sucks. But this is 70s bullying too.
Yo, 70s bullying is different from bullying today. Like, bullying back then, they couldn't really embarrass you on social media like that. So, like, they would just beat the shit out of you. Now, the bullying is here. It's social media and calling them names. Back then, they was just beating the out of them for no reason, bro. That's a different level of bully that I could never, boy. I feel like almost everybody has been bullied around about something at one point in their life, but let a mother try to bully me like this. Hey, listen. Hey, listen.
2000s getting called the hard R on the game. Nah, this is put your head in the freaking toilet bowl and beat you up for the dumbest reason type of bullying. I don't like your glasses. 4 eyes. Like what? Y'all was beating up people for being visually impaired?
Right, you mad I can't see? What the fuck? That's not... I'm sorry you can see.
And then speaking of beat, Finney's father, not the
alcoholic.
best either. Like, I thought Hispanic moms were bad, but this man be raising a belt off any little thing. Like, his temper could have been a horror movie on its own. Like, Finney will be munching on his cereal, minding his business. You think you could slurp that any louder? Like, damn, bro, you got some super hearing or something? It's the 70s. Let him enjoy his crunch logs in peace. Mind you, this is all only like 12 minutes into the movie, and I already felt bad for the kid. Dad beats you, born in the 70s. This dude's life is terrible. But to top it all off, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse for the kid, one day while he's walking home from school, Finney gets kidnapped. And this is where the whole...
Now, mind you, before he even gets kidnapped, you know how he was getting bullied and beat the fuck up? One of the only niggas that stood up for him and was fighting the bullies back for him gets kidnapped first. So his mans that was standing up for him, helping him beat the bullies, got kidnapped and killed first. And then this nigga get kidnapped after that. Like, damn. My dog couldn't catch a break.
Or it really starts. Because the dude who kidnapped Finney is one of the strangest, one of the most just unsettling killers I've seen on screen. The Grabber. Which, not the best name, I'm not gonna lie to you. The Grabber? That could mean a lot of things, bro. But in this case, it's because he be grabbing up kids from the street and murking them. That's right. And to me, this guy is by far the scariest part of the movie. Like, for some horror movies, it's the atmosphere or the jump scares. But in The Black Phone, it's this guy. Because, yeah, we've seen all types of killers in these movies before, but the feeling I got when this dude was on my screen was just... Ugh.
Right.
You know, he likes to do these weird psychological torture games to the kids he kidnaps. Like first he'll start acting like he's a nice guy, doing this weird Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka voice that he does. Hurt you? I'm not gonna hurt you. Now why would I? Do you want some soda? Let me get you some soda. I'm not even joking. That's actually how it sounds to me. Then he'll do these things to test the kids, like leave the basement door open, but if he catches you trying to sneak out of it, he'll beat you. Yeah, and according to him, for being a naughty boy, whatever that be. And that's really his whole goal while you trapped in his basement. This dude is just itching for you to be naughty. But the scariest thing about this dude to me is he's a smart killer. I noticed this while I was watching. As the movie goes on and Finney gets more advice from the dude's victims through the Black Phone, the movie eventually shows us how many victims the Grabber has. 5. And there's this one specific scene in the movie that shows all of them lined up. And that scene not only confirmed how
Damn, nah, he had mad victims. Now that I really think about it. This was his bro. This was the last one. This was his homie. But he really had mad victims, bro.
smart this dude is to me, but it also added a whole new layer of fear. Because tell me why I'm looking at who he killed, right? And I noticed this dude started killing minorities. And I ain't saying it's okay when it was white kids. No, I'm not saying that. But you gotta put it in perspective. This is the 70s. You tell the cops back then a Mexican kid is missing, they just gonna be like well,
okay,
he probably went
back to Mexico, or you think I give a fuck? Like, they really would not give a fuck. They would not care. So it's just, you're just cooked.
Home. They might as well be gone with the wind of the 70s because the NBC ain't covering them. And I don't know about y'all, but to me, that's much scarier. A lot scarier. Because that means this dude was smart enough to switch up his game plan to avoid getting caught. He was probably sitting in his room like, alright, next month I'll do white, black, white. Is that too much white? That junk is scary, y'all. I'm telling y'all. If it wasn't for him getting greedy and going after Finney, which led to his demise, a lame one at that, like, how you gonna get pieced up by a preteen, bro? I'm telling you, this dude would have never gotten caught. He was playing meta.
Orphan.
But I had the black phone first for a reason. It's not even close to the scariest horror movie I've watched. A movie that's a bit closer though is Orphan. Like, black phone scares me because I imagine being a kid and running into that dude. But even as an adult, this one freaks me out. This movie is so good. I don't even want to hint at what it's about yet. I mean,
I don't think I ever watched Orphan all the way through. I've always caught bits and pieces, but I'm like, this bitch psychotic, bro. They have a prequel to Orphan? Never seen it.
Obviously an Orphan, but you know what I mean. So in Orphan, we followed this married couple, Kate and John. And even though these two definitely got it better than Finney over there, I mean, look at their crib. Life ain't perfect and stuff ain't always sweet, especially in marriage. And trust me, I would know. I've had like 3 divorces on Sims. But ain't
I'm like 3 divorces. He said on Sims. Makes sense. I was gonna say, nigga, what kind of life you living, twin? Bro, you got me, nigga got me beat. I'm on one.
Kate and John's case is not divorce. It's that they lost their baby. And this loss clearly flung Kate into a depression. She took up the bottle, started seeing a therapist. This was some sad stuff. And then John, not so much. I'm not gonna say he wasn't sad, but I couldn't see it. All I saw him trying to do was get one in with Kate. But hey, I ain't judging. Some of the happiest dudes you be seeing be the saddest, so maybe that's how he copes. So to finally deal with the sadness, Kate and John decide they want to give that love they would have gave their daughter to another kid because they're just sweet like that. So they go to the orphanage, which I never understood how these things work, like parent-wise. Do you just come in and pick the one that looks most like you? Like, oh, look at this one, honey. This one has your eyes. Or can you just adopt any kid, even if they're nothing like you? Because if that's the case, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna just line up all the kids and tell them to race. Fastest one coming home with me. You might take it out, buddy. And Kate and John must have been thinking the same thing I was. Because out of all the kids they could have picked from the orphanage, they chose the most gifted one. A little girl by the name Esther. And you've seen the title. You don't gotta play dumb. There is something wrong with this little girl. And before you say, no, it's not the fact that she dresses weird. Come on, y'all. She's just Russian. It's worse than that. Far worse, which is crazy because at first when you're watching it, Esther looks like the best daughter in the world. She's polite, she's smart, she learns ASL to talk with her, or not talk, with her new deaf sister. She's great. I mean, it's no Project LeBron, but this is...
No Project LeBron is so gross. She's Russian? I don't know. I've never watched the movie fully through.
Still amazing stuff. Almost too amazing. Because the longer these...
What makes it so bad is because this movie, the couple abandoned a disabled girl they adopted because they thought she was like this. What? I didn't know that.
These two live with this little girl, the more cracks they start to see in this little perfect daughter image. Like, first thing we see is that she has a bit of a temper problem.
Yep.
This girl from school tried touching like the ribbons around her neck and she just flipped out. Like, all right, maybe that's a Russian thing too. And then there's the scene where she walks in on Kate and John coping with their loss, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, and just sat there and watched.
And instead of being traumatized like a normal kid, she just stares? What kind of? And that's not even the weirdest part about that one. Because after Kate saw that Esther saw them, you know, she feels the need to give Esther the birds and the bees talk. So she pulls up on her. Esther, when two people love each other very much, you know, they want to show. I know they be. She was not expecting that. And then the thing she did that just really took it over the top for me with this girl was that after Kate and John's son accidentally shot a pigeon while he was playing with a paintball gun, and I'm saying accidentally very loosely here because the dude literally aimed his sights in and shot. Then he want to be talking about, so I didn't mean to. Shut up. Esther pulls up on him and tells him he needs to take some accountability, which is facts. That's facts. By putting the bird out its misery. Oh my goodness, that's cold, but you are 9 years old. What are you talking about? And the kid, Daniel, obviously couldn't do it. Telling me to kill a pigeon? What are you talking about? But guess what?
She did.
Esther does it. No hesitation or nothing, just bop. There is something wrong with this little girl. And Kate eventually realized something is up too. So she starts doing some digging, calls the orphanage to find out what's wrong. And see, if I was the parent, I'm calling too, but I would have just said, forget figuring out what's wrong. I would have just called up.
Hello? Yeah, so.
Yeah, you gotta take this back. I don't want this one. Give me a new one. What's the warranty on this? There's a warranty on this one? Let me, y'all got like a return policy? Like a swap, you know what I'm saying? I don't even need a refund. Let me just let me do a swap. I need something. Mine
just killed a pigeon. Y'all do refunds or?
And Kate doing all this investigating actually made things worse. This is when things get scary. Because if you thought Esther's antics were bad before, you don't even know. Because remember, I told y'all, Esther is a smart girl. Very smart. So when she gets wind of Kate's plan to find out who or what she is from Sister Abigail, she decides to handle it in a very calm and tactful way. Nah, I'm just kidding. She kills her. Yeah, even with all them cracks from earlier, I did not think this 9-year-old was capable of murdering anyone, much less a nun. That's like double evil. And it doesn't even end there. Because after that, she only continues to do evil stuff. She destroys the memorial Kate made for the daughter they lost out of spite. She burns down the family treehouse to dispose of all the evidence. And this last thing she did had me genuinely scared. Y'all remember Kate and John's son, right? Daniel? Well, before Esther burned down the treehouse, Daniel saw her hide the evidence in the treehouse. But Esther saw that. So she pulls up in his sleep and tells him, if he says what he saw to anyone, she gonna pull up on him again and cut off his hairless balls. His balls?
He barely had them shits,
one
man.
Says Freddie, Jason, and Michael ain't never said something that scary to no one before. I was
Just
around
could've
this
killed
kid's
him,
age
bro.
when I first seen this movie, so that threat felt like it was at me. Had me sitting there clutching my nuts in fear. There is something wrong with this girl. And the worst part is no one can prove anything because she's 9. The cops won't believe that. Tell them she murdered someone and burnt down a treehouse. They just gonna be like,
I mean, but she is Russian, so it's not like far off. Like they are real cutthroat over there. I don't listen to the Russians, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with y'all. But y'all like scary for real. Like shit. Y'all is scary.
why? Which is a good question. Why is she doing this? Is she possessed? Is she a demon? Is she a skinwalker? Why is this little girl so evil? Well, at the end of the movie, that's when it all makes sense. So after this girl Kate gets sedated for pretty much pimp slapping Esther, at this point, let's not act like she don't deserve it, y'all. We know she deserved it. John goes home with Esther and Max and leaves Kate alone at the hospital. And while she's there, she gets a call from the previous orphanage Esther belonged to. Or should I say, what she thought was the orphanage. Cause she finds out Esther's last spot wasn't an orphanage, it was a psych ward. Yeah, this little girl is crazy, which makes sense. You gotta have at least a few screws loose to threaten to cut off someone's ball. But that's not even the full explanation. Cause this Russian dude tells Kate, on top of being crazy, Esther has been keeping something else under wraps. Last chance to leave, y'all. Last chance. This little girl Esther is not a little girl at all. She's a grown woman.
Yep. Grown as hell.
Crazy. Apparently she looks like this because of some genetic dwarf thing, but my mind was blown when I first seen this. Like,
for sure was crazy.
this is some weird anime stuff.
Get you your gamer subs. Gamersubs.gg/Simba. You see it up there. Get your code Simba. Use code Simba for your gamer subs.
Middle-aged woman pretty much trapped in the body of a child? That must suck. You wouldn't even be able to do regular stuff. Like, imagine your friends trying to go to Six Flags and you can't get on anything but the kiddie rides because you 35 in the body of a 7-year-old. That would be horrible, but That's how it is for Esther. But that still doesn't answer. Why would she go out her way to look even more childlike? Why is she trying to live with people? Well, the reason she did all this stuff, you know, get adopted, torment Kate, was for one reason. A twist again. The reason she did all this was because she wants John. Ugh, I know she's really an adult, but this don't feel right. This whole thing from beginning to end was just Esther trying to get herself a man. And there's just so many things wrong with this. Like, you really thought this was the way to...
Right, you thought this was the way to get a boyfriend, a husband. That nigga is taking you in as a kid. You like, yeah, I'm gonna push up on him.
Do it. Dressing up as a child? That pigtails and dress stuff might work in Japan or with billionaires, but
my God.
not with a man who's trying to adopt.
Nigga said in Japan or with billionaires. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh wow. Nasty Stray.
Adopt you, bro. Come on, that's gross. And that's who it's the scariest for, at least in the end. Because remember, they went home without Kate. So when they get home, John has to deal with Esther, who he thinks is just a Russian kid he adopted, trying to riz him. Ah, this junk is gross. She over here talking about some, but you said you love me. Ugh, seeing someone get rejected is cringy enough, but seeing a father reject his daughter? Fuck. That's something I thought only dudes in Arkansas had to deal with. I don't want to see this. Messed up part is that dude John doesn't even figure out that she's been fooling him that whole time. I mean, maybe he did because he saw her without her makeup when she stabbed him to death, but I doubt it. Kate rushes home after figuring out the news. I mean, obviously she's late. John is dead. But either way, Kate gotta be the realest chick I seen in a horror movie. Because when she was approaching the crib to park up and run inside, she said, that, and straight up crashed her car into her crib. That's some cool stuff. Could you imagine nothing was happening inside though? That would have been a little embarrassing. And this one pretty much concludes with Kate getting back for John and killing Esther by kicking her after she tried to pull a "don't let me die, mommy." And I know I just talked hella about this movie, but Orphan, it's still not close to being the scariest one. I'm sorry. A movie that is though is Barbarian.
Never seen this one.
This
Never
one was
even heard
actually
about it.
suggested by one of you guys a little while ago. And let me tell you something about this movie. This movie is not only scary, but it's weird. Like, movies I thought were weird for type of weird. And that's actually what I was saving it for, but here it is. So this movie's about a girl named Tess who's staying at an Airbnb in Detroit. I ain't saying nothing. Except this Airbnb got some weird stuff going on in it. First of all, when this girl gets there, she finds out someone else was already staying there. A dude at that. And because of some event going on in the city, she has to stay with him. Oh, heck nah. See, I'm a dude and I'm sleeping amongst a rat.
I would have just slept in my car. I would rather sleep in my car before go and stay in the same Airbnb as someone I do not know.
Before I even think about sharing a crib with literal Pennywise. That's his actor, y'all. Look at him. But that was only the first thing, because later at night, the weird stuff continues. When Tess in the middle of the night hears a weird sound. And I mean weird.
What the fuck is that?
Sound like someone aggressively sucking a baby bottle. What the heck? But when she looks to see if it's the dude she's staying with, she sees he's asleep. What the heck is going on? And it only gets stranger. The next day, Tess goes outside and notices the neighborhood she's staying in is run down. Like, bad.
Oh, hell no.
After her job interview, people tell her she shouldn't even be on that side of town, that it's dangerous. And strangest of all, when Tess gets back to the crib and accidentally gets herself stuck in the basement, she finds a hidden room. And in that hidden room, there's another room. And I don't know what happened in here, but it must have been some messed up stuff. Cause this room had a bucket, a stained mattress, a camera, and a bloody handprint.
Oh, hell no.
This is not good. Tess obviously panics, and luckily, at the same time, her roommate comes back. Convenient, huh? And she starts telling him, look, we gotta go. There's a bucket with boo-boo, a camera, and a bloody handprint in the basement. We gotta go. And it's a horror movie, so you know dumb stuff is like law. Tell me why this dude says, I should go check it out myself to be safe. What you mean to be safe? If we just leave and call the cops, I think that's pretty safe. I don't know how Tess ain't think maybe this dude was behind it or something at this point. That's what I was.
I would have thought that same shit. Like, I'm telling you what's down there, and you don't believe me. You rather go check it out? All right. While you checking it out, I'm fucking out of here. I'm leaving. Why did you stay there in the first place?
Thinking, there's a stranger in your crib. He shows up when you find the stuff, and then he wants to go check it out himself? Come on, bruh. But I realized quickly, I might have been wrong. Because after this dude goes downstairs and doesn't respond, Tess goes down there, which again is like, Why would you go into the basement again? You knew this man for about 17 hours and you want to play Captain Save a Clown? That could have been my best friend and I still would have dipped. Like, I warned you, buddy. But when Tess goes down there to see what's going on with the dude, she discovers that in that hidden room with the room, there's a hidden passageway. See, at this point, I was like, Tess, if you go in there, you either top 5 dumbest people.
You must want to die. At that point, like, if you keep going in these secret rooms that got secret passageway, that got a secret booty hole, you must want to die. I'm like, you got a death wish. No cap.
Horror movies are I'm the most heartless dude on the planet, because why would you go in there? She goes down there, of course, and this is when the true horror of this movie starts. Because when Tess gets down them steps, she finds a few, I'll say, surprising things. First of all, she finds out this downstairs area isn't just a basement within a basement. It's a whole tunnel system.
Oh,
then in that very same tunnel system, she finds some cages, some very big cages. And then, most surprising of all, she finds her roommate. Which is surprising because I thought you were in danger, buddy. What happened? At this point watching this, y'all should be thinking the same thing I was thinking when I first watched it. Oh yeah, Tess, you stupid. It's clearly him behind it. And he's trying to act all scared. This is all clearly him.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my. Out of nowhere from the tunnels came this giant naked lady that just straight up murked Keith. And I mean like really naked. Like I can't show y'all, but just know they was hanging 10. And this naked monster lady is by far the most disturbing part of this movie. Well, her and how she was made. Like, we don't see it immediately, but after she captures Tess, the actual owner of the house comes through and discovers the same tunnels. And that's when we see how scary this lady is. Because first of all, her speech, non-existent. Cave speak. And you may not find it scary, but I do. I don't want to be held hostage by someone who's...
Look at her eyes. It looks like jaundice. Jesus.
Speak. And you may not find it scary, but I do. I don't want to be held hostage by someone who speaks like... Speaking in...
Yo, he ain't shit. Oh my God, he ain't shit. Oh God.
Oogas and boogas. Are you mad or excited? I can't tell. Then we find out they call her the mother, which you may be thinking, oh, why is that a big deal? Well, the reason they call her the mother is because she wants to be a mother so bad that she feeds the people she captures through baby bottles. Yeah. She's giving them milk. And I thought with her speech, she's running to the grocery store and asking where the dairy section is at. So
where is she getting this milk from? Oh my God. Oh my God. Where is she getting this milk from?
You assume. That's right. That's her milk.
Oh my God.
That's disgusting. But I'm drinking all of it. Look, it's either that or she starts getting aggressive. And if I'm in this, if she want a baby, she gonna get a baby. The second she put that bottle through the cage, I'm gonna be in there.
Look at her nails.
Plus, it beats what happens if you don't drink it. If you don't drink it out the bottle, she takes you out the cage and makes you drink it straight from the source. Which I don't even gotta explain why a giant naked cave lady giving you some mother's milk is both terrifying and disgusting. And I already know there's gonna be some of y'all in the comments saying, hear me out. No, bro, I'm not hearing you out. But like I said, how she was made was even scarier because she may look like the monster of this movie. I mean, she is, but there's a bigger monster behind all this. This guy. And it's okay to be confused, just looks like a middle-aged dude, right? But this guy is actually a serial killer. Yup, and when I say this dude is sick, I mean he's sick. Because not only was he murking exclusively women on some Doma stuff, but he would have babies with these women. And after he would have babies with these women, he would have babies with those babies. I know, take it all in, take it all in. And he did this over and over and over again until he made the mother, which explains the appearance, the strength, and the cave speak. Yeah, this movie is sick. And now for the scariest movie of the video.
Oh my God.
It's no other than...
Yo, Weapons wasn't that scary. Weapons was more suspense than anything for me. Weapons was not that scary. And there's still this... Bro, there's this one... Bro, all right, now that Weapons is passed, and we've all had our moment to... You know what I'm saying? If I spoil now, I don't give a fuck. What the fuck was up with that big-ass gun in the sky? That random-ass scene that didn't make sense to me. I thought that shit was about a school shooting or something. Like, it made no sense. What the fuck was the point of that big-ass gun in the sky? To the niggas that saw it. It was so random.
I got a lot of stuff I want to say about this movie. First, Warner Bros. hold This is fair use. Now, before I even get to how I feel about it, you gotta know this movie is special. It's about missing kids like the Black Phone and directed by the dude who made Barbarian. And it shows, because this movie was probably the scariest experience I had in a movie theater ever. And I've seen a dude get jumped at the theaters before. If you ain't never seen it, this movie's about a small town where a classroom of kids go missing under mysterious circumstances.
Just randomly.
17 kids all ran out their homes at 2:17 a.m. Yeah, 2 a.m., not 3. And all of them never to be seen again, except one. But the strange thing is, when they ran out, they all did this triangular pose, almost like a mix between T-posing and the Naruto run. And now the town and the parents are in an uproar, trying to figure out how or why this happened.
The fact that they was blaming the teacher is so crazy to me. That shit was so brain dead. But this bitch is stupid. I'm sorry. This is quite possibly the stupidest stupid bitch. She pissed me off. But like, the teacher didn't know the kids was missing until she got to class. How was it her fault? And like, niggas, everybody had ring footage of their kids leaving. Legit ring footage of their kids leaving. How the fuck is it? Like, what?
And that's all.
They blame the kid too? Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, type shit. Well, it can't. You know, type shit.
I already need to know, because this first half is all it took for this movie to scare me. But I didn't know it was going to be that scary when I was coming in. I came in thinking, scary schmary. But then about 5 minutes into the movie, when I seen that first kid run across the street with his arm stretched out, I want to go home. I can't explain it. It wasn't a disturbing or scary killer. It wasn't spammy jump scares. It was just vibes. That's the best way I can explain it. This movie had scary vibes. Like,
it was very suspenseful. That's what I will say. The movie is very suspenseful, very like, I wasn't scared at any point in the movie. No, I lied. There was one point where I was a little scared. No, actually a couple points, but it wasn't very scary. It was eerie. It was like, what part? The car part? When the thing got in the car, the car part for sure. And when they were in the house, when the fucking crackhead was in the house, that's what, you know what I'm saying.
Bro, this jump was so scary, it made me realize I might be on the spectrum. No, I'm serious. Because every time I felt tensions rising or stuff became too much for me, I was immediately rushing to cover my ears. I'm serious. I spent about 80% of the movie like that. Pack theater too, I ain't care. That's just how real it was. I ain't care about what the people around me thought. I was just trying to make it.
Bro, Officer dumb as shit, bro. Holy.
Through. And that's what I think it was with this movie. Like, yeah, of course, there's also a mix of fear of the unknown, but
and then her, like, this moment right here.
And that's what I think it was with this movie. Like, yeah.
You see someone doing a full sprint towards you, and you wait till that motherfucker get up on you to say something, bruh.
Yeah, of course, there's also a mix of fear of the unknown, but I think the music of this movie, or even lack thereof sometimes, just built this tension. And it makes sense too. We all know horror movies aren't scary without their music. Like, you're not gonna be scared watching The Conjuring if it had freaking the SpongeBob music in the back, like, nah, it just wouldn't be the same. And Weapons was really good at it. The music just made me feel like something was always about to happen. Like, there's this one scene early on in the movie where the teacher of the kids that went missing goes to visit the one kid that didn't go missing to, you know, figure out why he's the odd one out. But while she's posted up out there waiting to see something,
this part was quite possibly, like, everybody in the theater was like, like it wasn't like a jump scare, but it was like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying?
The suspicious, she accidentally falls asleep. But that's not the scary part. The scary part is, while she's asleep, the kid's house door opens. And when I tell y'all, I've never been so scared to see a door in my life, I'm not trolling. Like, that jug had my heart racing. And then when we saw some lady come out that same door wielding some scissors and walking around like a crackhead, oh my goodness. Bro. I was in the theater, ears covered.
Bro, I was like, oh no.
Wake up.
I was like, you stupid bitch, get up.
Come on. Wake up. I was so scared, my friend had to let me know to uncover my ears because I was yelling. And that was just the first half of the movie too. Even the reveal towards the end, spoiler warning, that it was actually...
They are apparently doing a backstory on
the kid's witch aunt behind it all had me a little spooked. And not even because I'm scared of what she can do. I mean, low key, but it's cause look at her. Look at those teeth.
Oh my
if
God.
This was the first scene they showed in the movie, I would have walked out immediately. That's pretty much all the movies I wanted to go over today. Y'all know what to do. Comment down below the movies y'all thought was the scariest, or maybe y'all didn't find any of them scary and I'm just a bit. Either way though, comment down below some movies you guys find scary. I might do a part 3. Maybe I'll use some of yours. And moral of the story?
Okay. Hey, W video. Shout out Derek FDB, man. Shout out Derek.